What's up, everybody? Thomas here. We're back again working on the 1985 Merkur XR4Ti, the cooling issue edition here. So far I've been looking into the cooling issues that this car has been having. It's not really that it's cooling poorly. Well, I don't know if it's cooling poorly because the gauge doesn't work. So that is the issue here. So last time I was on, I successfully filled up my cylinders with coolant by taking out this other temperature sensor, which also broke. So I've got a new one on the way. So I've been doing some research more into the temperature sender unit, because the vehicle here has two sensors. So it has the temperature sensor itself for the EEC, and then it has the temperature sensor sender unit for the gauges itself. Now, according to the manual, specifically the 1985 electrical and vacuum troubleshooting manual, this coolant temperature sender is supposed to be located on the block, but on mine it's located on the lower intake manifold. So I looked online to see if there was any information about this, and well, I haven't really gotten that much good information out of it. Some people say on the intake, some people say on the block. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out the one that's mounted on the block, have a look at it, see if any coolant comes out, and if that all checks out as good, I guess we could check the resistance of it, see if that's good, and then yeah, I guess we'll move on from there. We might try threading it into the block. Maybe it'll fit in the block, I don't really know. So I guess we'll see. I also have a new temperature sender unit here. Just the same. Right here. This is a black ring, apparently. Apparently there's some different ones. Anyways, we'll start with, of course, our first step, pulling out that first sensor and seeing what it's all about. Hopefully I'm not pouring everything out this time like I did last time, because that was particularly unfortunate for me. Alrighty, so just gonna bring you guys in. I still have the intake manifold up here, as I was working with it last time. And the sender unit that I'm talking about is right down here. Right below. See this right here. Right. Oh, I can't see it. Right there. That's it. And this guy right here, this one right here, this is the fan controller one. So I've got a socket here that won't fit, and we're gonna have to take that sensor out, or sender out. Sorry, it's a sender, not a sensor. It's a sender. So I got 11/16. And yes, that fits on there. Okay. Alright, well, coolant's coming out, which is good. Yep, it's filled with coolant. I'll tighten that back up for now. That's nice and tight. Now, if we check the resistance of this thing, it is a variable temperature sensitive variable resistor. When coolant temperature is low, resistance is high. When temperature is high, resistance is low. So it is an NTC thermistor, basically, on a single wire. So what we'll do is we'll basically, it grounds out that thing. getting attacked by dogs here. Anyways, so as you can see, the coolant temp gauge, red and white wire, the coolant temperature sender, this is the piece we're looking at. So you can see it grounds out inside the thing itself, and it goes in a single wire back to the temperature gauge. They're hunting. So yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to resistance check this thing. And basically what we'll do is we'll hook up the multimeter. We'll go from volts. We'll go put it on ohms. Oh, I guess they're moving on. They've had enough of attacking. So we'll just check we got about 1 ohm of resistance inside the rings here. Oh, they're really chilling. I don't know if they're afraid or not. But if we go from the tip of the sender, and we go to ground, say right here, we've got about 1.7 kilo ohms. So now we've got 1.7 k ohms. 1.7 k ohms. So now we can get our new one, manufactured by WVE, Electronics du Véhicule, and we can do the same test on it, but slightly different. This will be exactly what I was doing, but slightly different. So we go from this end to this end, because this is the side that will ground out. We get a resistance reading of 332 ohms. What about over here? 332 ohms. 330 ohms. 330 ohms. Okay, so clearly from here to here, we're getting about 330 ohms. Now, theoretically, if we heat this up a bit, hang on, I can't remember if this was NTC. Coolant is low, resistance is high. When temperature is high, resistance is low. So if we heat this up, so I'm going to breathe on the sensor a little. Getting nice and warm. Changes 311. You can heat it up again. You can clearly see the resistance changing. And then if we cool it off again, so let's wave it in the air. And try it again. Back to 302. So this is giving us a good measurement. So what we're going to do is we're going to slot this one. We're going to take out the old one, slot it into this spot here. We're going to change positions basically. Oh, not very much coolant came out. Well, anyways, so now here's the old one. You can see it's a bit more grimy. Looks like somebody put thread locker on this one. Or maybe Teflon? Maybe not, I don't know. So let's do the same test. So we'll go from here to here. We got 1.8 k ohms. 1.7 k ohms. So that's pretty high. Maybe it's just dirt or something. Just kind of clean this off a little. So I've just cleaned off the end here. I've just put this on. Now it's even higher, 4 k ohms. really shouldn't be that high. So let's try. As temperature increases, resistance decreases. So if we breathe on it, let me wait till it gets a reading. Okay, what the hell is this? Right there, 1.5. Well, resistance is decreasing, but it's not going down very high. So I think we're going to take this opportunity and say that that is probably non-functional. So now, my next thought is, if we tighten this one in to its place, now if we measure said ohms doing the same test that I originally did with the old one, will we get a good reading? So here it is right here. So can you see? Yes, okay, so you can see we're going on ground on this intake manifold, and we're going on here for the power, or whatever you want to call it, 330 ohms. So again, I think it's safe to say that this temperature sender unit is non-functional. So this is now garbage. We're going to put it in an old box and take it with me. I'll get rid of it later. So that part is good. And this is the great thing about having new parts, is you can test them, see what they read, and then test yours and see what it reads. And then if your comparisons are widely different, like this one was, where we had almost 1 k ohms, or 1 kilo ohm, sorry, 1 kilo ohm, versus 330 ohms. Like, that's a significant difference. That's like 1,000 ohms versus 300 ohms. I think that's what a kilo ohm is. Anyways, my next thought is we have to check this sensor, which I unfortunately broke. But what we can do, I've ordered another one. It's not here yet. I don't know when it will come. But I might have an additional sensor. Well, guys, I couldn't find any temperature sensors in there, so I think I'm just going to leave it for now. And we'll come back to this another day. I think a nice, easy day today. And it was a pretty productive one, too. We looked at the temperature sender unit. We checked the resistance on both of the new one and the old one. Notice that the old one was quite high, overly high. And we replaced it because it looks like that old one is bad due to the excessive resistance. So it has an internal fault somewhere. So hopefully that will actually help fix some of my cooling issues, and hopefully I'll be able to get a bit more into it. I'm not sure what I'll do about the temperature sensor yet. However, I'm just going to leave it for now. And probably in the next episode, if I still got nothing for that temp sensor, I'll probably reassemble and try running the thing, try and diagnose the fan issues, because I've had issues with the fan not coming on. Now, this may be due to sensor issues. Like, if the temp sensor is bad, that may be because of that. So we're going to test that. We're going to test the fan. We'll run 12 volts to it, power it up, see if it comes on. If it doesn't come on, we know the fan's broken. So we'll have to get a new fan. Hopefully that's not too expensive if that does occur. And yeah, so I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and feel free to check out the whole playlist We got lots of content in here, lots of different things, diagnosing, fixing, breaking a lot. But that's how it goes. So yeah, peace.